Imagine a man stuck in the deepest despair. Everything around him is falling apart. His family, his career, his faith. He cries out to God, "Why won't you change my condition?" But what if the answer was never out there? What if the answer was buried within him all along? The Quran, over 1400 years ago, revealed a verse that modern psychology has only just begun to understand. Surah Ar-Ra'd, verse 11 states, "Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves." This divine principle isn't just spiritual, it's psychological. It's the foundation of cognitive behavioral therapy, neuroplasticity, and the science of human transformation. Let us embark on a profound journey to explore this verse, not only as a sacred revelation, but as a blueprint for psychological evolution, emotional healing, and societal reform. The verse in context: linguistic and theological foundations. Before diving into modern psychology, we must first understand the Arabic and exegesis. Qawm refers to a collective, families, societies, even nations. Mabi anfusihim means not just their actions, but what lies within them: beliefs, intentions, thought patterns, and emotional landscapes. This verse, according to scholars like Imam and Ibn Kathir, signifies a divine law, not unlike the laws of gravity or thermodynamics. Change is reciprocal. Transformation from above begins only after a transformation from within. The psychological core. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Cognitive behavioral therapy, developed by Aaron Beck, is one of the most validated psychological treatments. Its core premise: our thoughts shape our feelings, which shape our behaviors. A person who constantly believes "I am worthless" will feel hopeless and act self-destructively. CBT begins by changing internal narratives, the exact transformation that the Quranic verse demands. Dr. Judith Beck, Beck Institute. When people change their thoughts, they can change how they feel and behave. Surah Ar-Ra'd anticipates this model. God doesn't promise to change your condition magically. You must first confront and reform the thoughts and emotions within. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change. Neuroscience has debunked the myth that our brains are hardwired. Neuroplasticity shows that our brains rewire themselves with new thoughts, experiences, and behaviors. Dr. Norman Doidge, author of The Brain That Changes Itself, states, "The brain is not fixed. Every time we learn something new or even think differently, we are shaping it." When the Quran speaks of changing what is in themselves, it aligns perfectly with this. Enduring change starts from the rewiring of the self, neurologically and spiritually. Viktor Frankl and meaning-making. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and the father of logotherapy, discovered a profound truth. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Frankl's theory emphasizes that humans are meaning-seeking creatures. Despair arises not from pain, but from lack of meaning. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:11 offers the ultimate meaning. Your inner world matters to the divine and to reality. Changing your internal landscape is not optional. It is essential. Islamic psychology. Al-Ghazali and the inner world. Imam Al-Ghazali in Ihya Ulum al-Din writes, "The heart is like a mirror. When rusted with sins and negligence, it cannot reflect the truth. Only through cleansing the heart can one align with divine reality." This aligns with Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:11. Change is not cosmetic, it is tazkiyah, purification. And this purification is the prerequisite for divine assistance and external blessings. Learned helplessness versus empowered faith. Modern psychology recognizes a condition called learned helplessness, where individuals feel powerless due to repeated failures or trauma. But the Quran confronts this. Change begins when you decide to change. This is not merely motivational, it is revolutionary. It reclaims agency from external fate to internal freedom. The collective application. Societies and civilizations. The verse uses qawm, implying that entire communities are bound by this divine law. The fall of empires, the rise of civilizations, all depend on moral, ethical, and psychological interchange. Ibn Khaldun, the father of sociology, noted, "The strength of a civilization lies in its internal cohesion and moral fiber. Behavioral psychology, the power of habits. James Clear in Atomic Habits writes, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Quran 13:11 implies the same. Without internal systems, thought reform, emotional control, and behavioral discipline, external change is illusionary. Habits rewire the soul. They sculpt the self. Trauma and inner healing, Islamic and psychological synergy. Modern trauma therapy emphasizes inner child work, shadow integration, and emotional release. Islamic spirituality offers tools like Tawbah, repentance, Zikr, remembrance, Muraqabah, self-observation. These are not rituals only, they are psychological tools for healing. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:11 points to this. Healing your inner self activates divine transformation. Proofs from real life, stories of transformation. A drug addict reforms his inner beliefs and finds purpose. He becomes a therapist. A suicidal teenager discovers faith and rewires her mind. Now she leads mental health workshops. A nation like Japan, after devastation in World War II, reinvents its collective psyche to become a world leader. All these validate the Quranic claim. Internal change precedes external revolution. Quran as a psychological manual. Verses like, "In the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest," 13:28. "Whoever purifies his soul succeeds," 91:9. Confirm that the Quran isn't just a book of laws. It is a manual for mental wellness, emotional intelligence, and psychological flourishing. Final reflection, free will and divine response. God has endowed us with ikhtiyar, free will. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:11 is a divine call to use this will powerfully. You are not a victim. You are a vessel of divine transformation. Allah waits for us to act within ourselves before He acts in our external lives. So here's the question. What is within you that needs to change? Is it a belief that you're not enough? A habit that keeps sabotaging your goals? A fear that's kept you silent for too long? The Quran isn't waiting to decorate your bookshelf. It's waiting to transform your psychology. Start today. Reflect, realign, reform. Because until you change what's within you, even the most heartfelt prayers might remain unanswered. But the moment you do, the gates of divine transformation open. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Quran 13:11. May this be the verse that not only changes your perspective, but changes your life. Subscribe to our channel for more soul-awakening insights from the Quran. Your transformation begins with understanding. Let's rise together.